Hey guys, this is Jason and you're watching J&M Simulations. And just as I promised from my last video, here it is. We are at the Kmia with the McDonnell Douglas DC-9 50. And we are inbound to go to St. Martin, okay? So we have a few things to check before we can actually take off, such as our radios, okay? So as you can see, we are going to be vectored out from takeoff 7 miles, and we're going to be taking runway 26 left, which is approximately right there. So when we take off, I'm going to get about a couple of miles and situated all before we actually start our turn, which is going to be almost a 180-degree turn. So we're going to have to be a little bit fast and high enough for that. So we're gonna and that's only 7 miles. We're gonna pass that fairly quickly. We're gonna take a quick look at our electronic keyboard and see what's our another vector. And we can see that its heading is 164 miles. So we'll put that in the heading. This is 150, middle of that should be 160. And so once we hit that, we're gonna put on our heading hold, and then we are going to get put on our radios again for that. Should be okay. So we have everything. We have to set up our here. So on this, put on our lights. Put our yacht on. This is okay. And what else do we got? Oh, we need that. There we go. Now let's put this on. See, nothing but our parking brakes on, so we're fine. So yeah, that's okay. We're gonna be having to put on our heading hold a lot since our VORs are few and far between. So let's get ready for our autopilot. We're gonna capture the VORs, and we can have an initial climb speed of 2,200 feet seems appropriate. Okay, so see, it's already ready to turn. As soon as I turn on that autopilot, it will turn. So let's release our parking brakes, and let's commence our pushback. Now this tow truck is an exclusive that comes with this plane. So there's no add-on except for the planes add-on. We are quite heavy today actually. So we are gonna, our V speeds are gonna be a little bit more than what you might expect. And you're gonna start the taxi. This, even though it has around 16,000 pounds of thrust per engine, it spools up, the engine spools up incredibly slow, and you'll see that in the flight. And that reminds me, we're gonna have to set our speed. So for our speed hold, and remember, we cannot go over 250 knots below 10,000 feet. So we'll set it up a little bit below that, just in case we have some turbulence. You don't want the FAA to be all over our asses if they decide to inspect this black box. They do that random inspections of black boxes from time to time just to see that the airliners are doing what they're supposed to do, and we want to give our airliner a good name, because we don't want to be fired. This is a job of a lifetime. taxiing quite fast, but that's okay. On the brakes. The thing about taxiing is that you do not want to stop when you're turning. So you have to keep the throttles up as much as you can. At this point, we shall call the hostess. And keep them situated. And I'm used to flying the MD-80, so never mind. I'm gonna go on this runway. I know I could have picked a better runway, it's not in the mood to have 10 minutes of taxiing in this one video. So we'll just compensate in our flight. Okay. You're all on the center line. We will rotate at 160 knots. We are very heavy due to the fuel. That's just my trim. Okay. I'll call out the speeds. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Europe, no lights.
Came up on speed incredibly quickly, so we can derate our engines right about now. Probably at an angle of 15 degrees. Head into the clouds. Smart thing to do would be to turn on our anti-ice. Drop this to pick up the little bit. We can drop to 10 degrees. Put down the props. Props all the way down. Coming up on 250 knots. And these engine takes forever. We're going to turn on our basic autopilot, which is going to be our speed hold. And our climbing speed. And we will wait until we are around 20 miles away to begin our turn. Remember, once we hit that VOR, we're going to want to turn to a heading hold and set up the radios until we hit the desired heading until we capture that VOR. So today I would take you into the cruise of the flight and nothing more. And then the next video will be the descent, approach, and landing into our desired airport. So we are 20 miles away, so now engage our autopilot. We'll begin our turn. I was wondering how pilots would fly SIDS and stars in an aircraft such as this. It seems to be incredibly hard to fly approaches, but especially specific approaches. So now we are climbing to about 10,000 feet, which means we can accelerate all the way up. So we'll drop our vertical speed down to say 200 feet. While we're doing that, we can bring up the speed. I'd love to put it up to about 300 knots. This gives that initial boost, and so that we can therefore climb higher. Bring up our GPS, which I am thankful to God that this actually has one. And we're just gonna check that this, see how our next VOR is to the right a little bit, and this is around the same angle that our heading is to there. So we're on course. Bring up our vertical speed right now to say 2,000 feet per minute. I'm sorry if this isn't as professional as you came to expect to see. This is really for your enjoyment and for your fun. I really do appreciate this aircraft. It's something new to me. Maybe something new to you guys, and we'll just have to see how this all goes out. Now that we're already done with our flaps, we can turn this to low. Really want that to burst on us, so hydraulics to burst if it's on high pressure all the time. We have come out of the clouds, so we can turn this off. I really need it right now. It's not that humid, it's extremely hot right now. Another flight simulator world. And here we are. So our cruising altitude today would be 33,000 feet, give or take 1,000, depending on conditions. ceiling altitude for this plane, here we go, is 35,000 feet. So we are going to go kind of close to that. Perfect. We set our warning at 32,000 feet so that we can fly that. We are 3 miles away. I'm going to turn on heading modes, which is this right there. Bring that up. Turn on heading mode. We'll fly the heading for us. See how accurate we are on the GPS. Almost spot on. So now, we're going to bring this up for navigation log. We're just set in our second waypoint, which is 1740 and 164. And this is around 200 miles away, so we're going to have to wait until we actually capture that. But should be around 30 minutes until we actually capture that VOR. This is around a 3-hour flight. We're gonna cruise at around Mach 7.6. And we have to take into consideration that these engines are not the most powerful. These are no 777 engines which can spew out 115,000 pounds of thrust and keep a vertical angle on takeoff of around like 30 degrees and still accelerate. These are very, very less powerful engines. So we're gonna have to treat this as such. And then when we're climbing at a at the high altitude with thin air, we're gonna have to reduce our climbing speed, okay? So we have to keep that in mind. I have to say it's a nice day today. There's barely any turbulence, especially with the ocean right around here. There's usually a lot of turbulence where water is, but I have none. Right, well, I don't have a lot. And actually, to burn fuel, I want to put our cruising altitude a little bit higher than we expected it to be. Go around almost to a maximum rated speed. See what that does. So in the comment section below, if you are still watching, I wanted to ask you, what is the best airport that you have either been to in real life or flown at in a flight simulator? I wanted to know, and maybe if I have an interesting one, I'll do an approach to it. Okay? I'm gonna try to make this a little bit more interactive on the channel. So you'll see this in its descent form in the next video. Thank you for watching. This is Jason from Tncm Simulations, and see you in the next video.